So hi guys, welcome back to the grand finale of Major League Cricket 2025. It is the Washington Freedom taking on the MI New York at the Grand Prairie Stadium at Dallas. And more importantly, Washington Freedom have won the toss and they have chosen to bowl first. So this time it will be MI New York who have to bat first and set a good total. And that is going to be a big challenge for MI New York. They need to set a good target batting first. And first ball of the final is going to be bowled by Saurabh Netravalkar has the new ball in his hand, so he's going to be bowling the first over. This final, and as usual, it is Monank Patel and Quinton de Kock opening the batting for MI New York. And straight away, Monank Patel gets off the mark with a single. So good start from Saurabh Netravalkar. Gives a strike to Quinton de Kock. Good start from Saurabh Netravalkar. Good line, good length. And this is going to be a challenge to set a total at this venue actually and defend, because last two times MI New York won the toss against San Francisco Unicorns and Texas Super Kings, but today on the big day they have lost the toss, so they need to bat first and post a good total. And this time Quinton de Kock drives through the offside towards deep point and picks up another single here. So first two balls of this innings, two singles. There's this wind factor as well at the Grand Prairie Stadium at Dallas, and it played an important role in MI New York's run chase against the Texas Super Kings. And it's pulled away by Monank Patel, but deep fine leg is there. So another single here. 3 balls, 3 singles in this over. As long as Netravalkar is not conceding the boundaries, I think he will be very happy. Monank Patel has been in very good form in this season of the Cognizant MLC. And he will need to continue that form with the bat. So Quinton de Kock is on strike now. 3 balls left in this over. Short cut away by Quinton de Kock, but straight to short third man. Another dot ball here. Two more balls left in this over. 3 runs from this over so far. And that's on a good length. Nicely defended again by Quinton de Kock. Another dot ball here. Very slow start from MI New York. You need to keep the scoreboard moving. A good toss to win for Washington Freedom. Actually, they won the toss in the qualifier 1 as well. That match got washed out. It has been a long break actually for Washington Freedom. After their last group stage match, they have come straight and they are playing the finals here. Qualified for the finals on the basis of topping the group, topping the points table. Another good delivery, once again nicely defended by Quinton de Kock. Another dot ball to finish that over. Just 3 runs came from the first over, and MI New York are 3 without loss after 1 over. So Glenn Maxwell is going to be bowling the second over this innings. Monank Patel is on strike, hasn't got going quite yet. And that's back of the line, flicked away by Monank Patel towards deep square leg. Another single gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. Glenn Maxwell has been bowling really well in this tournament actually, and he will be looking to continue that form with the ball. Washington Freedom looking to go back-to-back today in MLC. They are the defending champions and they have a chance of winning 2 trophies in a row. And on the patch, flicked away once again by Quinton de Kock. Quick single completed and gives the strike to Monank Patel. For now, only taking singles, these 2 batters. And this time Monank Patel drives in the air towards deep extra covers, and first boundary of this innings comes off the bat of Monank Patel. Much needed boundary we can say, because it has been a relatively slow start from MI New York, but they have found the boundary. And this time Monank Patel drives it towards mid-wicket and picks up a single. Gives a strike to Quinton de Kock. 7 runs from this over already. And again nicely defended by Quinton de Kock. Or we can say nicely driven by Quinton de Kock. Another single. Just taking singles now, these 2 batters. Of course, Monank Patel hit that 1 boundary. But still it has been a very good over from Maxwell. And it's good line delivery. Monank Patel looking to flick it away, but straight to square leg. Another dot ball to finish that over. Just 7 runs came from that over. And MI New York are 11 without loss after 2 overs. So Jack Edwards it is coming into the attack now. He's going to be bowling the 3rd over of this innings. Quinton de Kock is on strike. And the first ball, Quinton de Kock drives over extra covers all the way for 6. What a way to start the over from Quinton de Kock. Was full length delivery, and Quinton de Kock has gone through the line. First 6th of the final off the bat of Quinton de Kock. And this time Quinton de Kock looking to flick it away, but I think he gets a leading edge, I think. And he picks up another single. So not a good start from Jack Edwards actually. First 2 balls conceding 7 runs. The Washington Freedom bowling unit has done well throughout the season. And what a contribution Mitchell Owen has made for Washington Freedom in this season. So many player of the match awards for him this season. Overall, if we see, I think Washington Freedom are a much better unit. They've also topped the points table in the group stage. Again, Monank Patel drives it down the ground to mid-on and picks up a single. Gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. Washington Freedom will be looking for early wickets here. They need to break this opening partnership of MI New York. Coach of Washington Freedom, Ricky Ponting, I think, had a look at the pitch before the start of play. Assessing the pitch before play. That's a good thing actually. And that's beautifully driven down the ground by Quinton de Kock. Goes past mid-off into the boundary for 4. So another boundary here in this over. First boundary for Quinton de Kock. He has already hit a 6. Now he has hit a boundary. So 12 runs from this over already. 2 balls left in this over. Again driven by Quinton de Kock, but this time straight to mid-off. A dot ball here. This is going to be the challenge actually. How does MI New York handle this pressure? Because batting first and setting a total at this venue and defending it is not going to be easy. And if MI New York can do that, then they are the deserved MLC champions today. If they can do that, if they can bat first and post a good total and defend it. Last ball of the over now from Jack Edwards, and Quinton de Kock guides it towards third man. It's another dot ball to finish that over. 12 runs came from that over, and MI New York are now 23 without loss after 3 overs. So Glenn Maxwell it is, continuing in the attack, and straight away 2 shot and pulled away by Monank Patel towards deep mid wicket for 4. Drag down delivery to start the over, and Monank Patel has punished it. Good start to the over for MI New York. And this time flighted delivery. Monank Patel goes for the big shot, but hasn't got enough timing on it. A couple of runs completed though, and Monank Patel keeps the strike. It was flighted delivery. Monank Patel went for the big shot, but couldn't get enough timing on it. And luckily for him, ball didn't go to hand. And again, this time Monank Patel flicks it leg side towards deep mid wicket, picks up a single, and gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. Now this is going to be a matchup here. Glenn Maxwell to Quinton de Kock, right arm off spinner to left hand batter. That is going to be the matchup now. 3 balls left in this over, and that's a wide down the leg side. Has to reload that one as well. So it's extra ball, extra run. So slowly and steadily MI New York getting the start which they want. Oh, that's nicely punched to the back foot, back to the bowler. Another dot ball here. Good bowling from Glenn Maxwell. 2 balls left in this over. And Quinton de Kock comes down the pitch and hits it straight down the ground, all the way for 6. Wonderful shot there from Quinton de Kock, showing all his experience. Coming down the pitch and just hitting it straight down the ground. Another maximum here for Quinton de Kock, second 6 for him in this final. So still one ball left in this over. Quinton de Kock is on the charge. And this time it's dragged down again, pulled away again by Quinton de Kock towards deep mid wicket for 4 more to finish the over. Expensive over actually from Glenn Maxwell. 18 runs came from that over. And MI New York have got off to a really good start. After 4 overs, MI New York are 41 without loss. So 18 runs from that over from Glenn Maxwell. And MI New York openers, they are on the charge at the moment. Current run rate 10.25. As a new bowler into the attack now, Lockie Ferguson. He's known to break these kind of partnerships. Can he do it again? Monang Patel is on strike. Lockie Ferguson has the ball. 5th over of this innings. And straight away Monang Patel looking to flick it leg side, getting the leading edge back to the bowler. Another dot ball here. Now Washington Freedom need to break this partnership here because his opening partnership is looking really dangerous at the moment. And again flicked away this time by Monang Patel towards mid wicket for another single. Gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. So this is the big final now. Everything to play for. Again nicely driven through the offside. Another quick single here for Quinton de Kock. And gives the strike to Monang Patel again. 2 runs from the first 3 balls on this over. Good bowling actually from Lockie Ferguson. It's a good addition to the team. He's known to break these partnerships, has those changes of pace. He has all the variations. Oh, that's a good Yorker. Driven down the ground. Quick single here from Monang Patel. And he completes the single as well. So this is a better over from Washington Freedom's point of view. Just 3 runs from this over so far. Still 2 balls left. Again, full length delivery. Quinton de Kock flicks it away. Good fielding again down at mid-on. Another single here. So one more delivery left in this over. Glenn Maxwell was a little expensive in the previous over which he bowled. Last ball of the over. And nicely defended by Monang Patel towards point. There's no run there. Another dot ball to finish that over. Excellent over from Lockie Ferguson. Just 4 runs came from that over. And MI New York are 45 without loss after 5 overs. There's still 1 over left in this power play. And Saurabh Netravalkar has come back into the attack now. And this is a good start from both these openers for MI New York. So yes, Saurabh Netravalkar, Quinton de Kock on strike. And Quinton de Kock just flicks it away leg side, picks up a single and gives a strike to Monank Patel. And this time Monank Patel gives himself room, hits it straight down the ground. But long on fielder comes into play and cuts it off, just a single again. So it looks like that this pitch is looking good to bat on actually. Both these openers have started well. You could even see a high scoring affair today. Oh, that's on the pads, flicked away by Quinton de Kock all the way for 6 towards deep square leg. And to make matters worse, it's also a no ball here. No ball, free hit coming up. Oh my goodness, what is happening to Saurabh Netravalkar? Saurabh Netravalkar overstepped the line big time. Free hit delivery coming up now. Quinton de Kock is on strike. And full delivery this time. Quinton de Kock goes through the offside. And the covers fielder running around, cuts it off. Another couple of runs here for Quinton de Kock. Both these openers are looking dangerous. It also brought up the 50-run partnership with that 6 which came off the no ball. And now the partnership is 56 from 33 deliveries between Monank Patel and Quinton de Kock. And again, Quinton de Kock pulls it in the air towards deep mid wicket and picks up a single and gives the strike to Monank Patel again. 12 runs from this over, still 2 balls left. And Monank Patel is officially now the leading run scorer in Cognizant MLC 2025. He has overtaken Faf du Plessis, and I think Monank Patel will finish as the orange cap holder for this season. He has been quite outstanding with the bat. And again he gives himself room and leaves it leg side but straight to mid wicket, another dot ball. The Washington Freedom are clearly sweating here. Last ball of the power play. Very good start here from the MI New York openers without doubt. Last ball of the over now. And Monank Patel just gently flicks it away leg side. Deep square leg coming around, cuts it off. Another single to finish that over. 13 runs came from that over, and MI New York are now 58 without loss after 6 overs. The power play has come to an end, and it is also the time for the Seat Tires strategic timeout. We come to the end of the Seat Tires strategic timeout, and there's a bowling change here. Mitchell Owen is the new bowler into the attack, has picked up a 5-wicket haul in this MLC season. And can he break this partnership, this opening partnership between Monank Patel and Quinton de Kock? So here's Mitchell Owen, and Monank Patel just lets it go. Another dot ball. Oh, in fact, it's been given as a wide. So he has to reload that one. Wide ball there. So it seems as though Ricky Ponting has had an animated discussion during the break, and Monank Patel this time hits it down the ground to long on and picks up a single. Gives a strike to Quinton de Kock. This is a really good start in the power play actually. Ricky Ponting has already lost a final in the IPL this year when he was coach of the Punjab Kings, and this is his second final in 2 months for him. And this time it is the MLC final. Of course, he has won the trophy last year. He was with the Washington Freedom last year as well when Steve Smith was the captain. Washington Freedom did win the trophy. It's only we need to see whether they can do it back to back. And that's pulled away by Quinton de Kock. Goes past mid-wicket into the fence for 4. No one can stop Quinton de Kock today, it seems. Moves to 38 from 21 balls with 3 fours and 3 sixers. And is looking very dangerous. pressure now on Mitchell Owen. And this time Quinton de Kock just gently flicks it away, picks up a single and gives a strike to Monang Patel. Well, this is some start here from these two openers. Just when we were thinking that batting first is going to be a challenge, well, these two batters have risen up to the challenge, we can say. It was in this same wicket where we saw Unicorns and TSK struggle while batting first in the Eliminator and Qualifier 2. As we see, Monang Patel comes down the pitch and hits it straight over the top of long on, all the way for 6 here. So another sixer for first 6 for Monang Patel in this final, and another 6 here for MI New York. So still 2 balls left in this over. Oh, and this time Monang Patel looking to cut it away but not able to make connection. Another dot ball here. So good comeback actually from Mitchell Owen. But still 13 runs from this over, still 1 ball left. What a tournament this man Monang Patel has had. Seriously outstanding. Last ball of this over. Oh, it's looking to flick it away. He hits it down the ground and picks up a single to finish the over. 14 runs came from that over, and MI New York are 72 without loss after 7 overs. Lockie Ferguson now has been brought back into the attack. Monang Patel on strike. And Monang Patel drives in the air. What a catch! What a catch at covers! That is an absolute beauty from Rachin Ravindra. And it breaks the opening partnership eventually. Once again, it's that man, Lockie Ferguson, that we were talking about. Has this ability of breaking these partnerships. But that is an outstanding catch actually at covers. Never easy when the ball is travelling so hard. Terrific catch from Rachin Ravindra, sees the end of Monang Patel actually. And the first wicket goes down for MI New York, and finally Washington Freedom have broken this partnership. Monang Patel makes a long walk back to the pavilion. He's out for 28, and MI New York are 72 for 1 after 7.1 overs. So huge breakthrough here for the Washington Freedom. The opening partnership, which was threatening to take the game away, has been broken. And it's Lockie Ferguson with the wicket here. And now the new batter to the crease for MI New York is Tajinder Singh Dhillon. Very much capable batter. And we need to see whether he can continue this momentum. Here's Lockie Ferguson now, bowling to Tajinder Singh, and straight away Tajinder Singh flicks it leg side. It's in the gap again, and 4 more. What a way to start here from Tajinder Singh. Straight away comes in and flicks his first ball into the boundary for 4. Great start for Tajinder Singh Dhillon. And this time he drives straight down the ground as well. Again, wonderful timing. Back-to-back boundaries here from Tajinder Singh. Where has he been all this while? He's come in and his first 2 balls he has smacked for 2 boundaries. Unbelievable this is from MI New York. So pressure on Lockie Ferguson. 2 back-to-back boundaries from Tajinder Singh, and this time it's a slow ball. Tajinder Singh cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another couple of runs here. So Tajinder Singh keeps the strike. That was an important wicket actually, wicket of Monank Patel. Oh, that's a good delivery. Tajinder Singh went for the drive but not able to make connection. There was an appeal for a catch but it didn't hit anything, I guess. So it will be a dot ball. So still 1 ball left in this over. Oh, was looking to cut it away there, Tajinder Singh, but again not able to make connection. Another dot ball to finish that over. 10 runs came from that over, and more importantly, the wicket of Monank Patel. And MI New York are now 82 for 1 after 8 overs. So Jack Edwards is back and into the attack now. Quinton de Kock is on strike. It's a slow ball. Quinton de Kock flicks it away and picks up the single. Quinton de Kock moves into the 40s on the big day. He is playing a big knock here for MI New York. Washington Freedom bowlers slightly under pressure here. There's this counter attack from the MI New York batters, batting first today. And back of the length, nicely defended by Tajinder Singh Dhillon, and he picks up another single here. Projected scores as of now is showing 200. The current run rate, if MI New York continues with the current run rate, they can reach 202. So it's looking good for MI New York as of now. Washington Freedom are coming off a long break, I would repeat again, because they didn't play the qualifier 1. The qualifier 1 got washed out. And they qualified to the final because they had topped the group stage. They had topped the points table in the group stage. And that is why they had qualified for the final. As we see, Quinton de Kock pulls it away leg side towards deep square leg. And they come back for a couple of runs here. So another couple of runs for Quinton de Kock. And this time, good length delivery. Quinton de Kock drives through the offside towards point and picks up another single. Gives the strike to Tajinder Singh Dhillon. 2 more balls left in this over. And this is a good over actually from Jack Edwards. Oh, that's a good delivery, beating the outside edge of Tajinder Singh Dhillon. Another dot ball here. Just 5 runs from this over. Good over from Jack Edwards. Still 1 ball left in this over. Tajinder Singh, after scoring those 2 boundaries, has gone quiet a little bit. Playing out dot balls and singles at the moment. And Tajinder Singh comes down the pitch, hits it in the air towards deep mid wicket for another single to finish the over. So 6 runs came from that over, and MI New York are 88 for 1 after 9 overs. There's a bowling change here. Ian Holland has been brought into the attack now for Washington Freedom. Tajinder Singh on strike, and Tajinder Singh flicks it down the ground and picks up a single. Gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. It's a slow ball, nicely guided towards that short third man by Quinton de Kock, and he picks up another single. Gives the strike to Tajinder Singh Dhillon. 2 balls, 2 singles in this over. Ian Holland with his changes of pace. Bowling well actually. And again Tajinder Singh flicks it leg side and picks up another single. 3 balls, 3 singles in this over. That wicket has slowed things down a little bit, we can say. Big wicket of Monank Patel actually. Lockie Ferguson broke that partnership, and ever since then it has been slow proceedings for MI New York. And this is what Washington Freedom can do. They are also a very quality team. And pulled away this time by Quinton de Kock towards deep mid wicket for another single. Gives the strike to Tajinder Singh. 4 singles in this over so far. Still 2 balls left. Quinton de Kock moving closer to his half century. It's a slow ball, drives in the air, and the catch is taken at short third man, and Ian Holland strikes for Washington Freedom. Second wicket goes down for MI New York, and it is Ian Holland who picks up the second wicket, and MI New York have lost their second wicket now. The things had slowed down ever since Monang Patel had got out. The pressure was mounting. Tajinder Singh had to do something. He went for the drive, got the thick outside edge, and a very good catch at short third man actually. PNR, the fielder, taking the catch. And another big wicket here for the Washington Freedom. Tajinder Singh Dhillon is out for 14. And MI New York are 92 for 2 after 9.5 overs. So this is an excellent over actually. Just 4 runs from this over, and also the wicket of Tajinder Singh Dhillon. And the new batter to the crease now is the destructive Nicholas Pooran, who has come in. And still 1 ball left in this over. Quinton de Kock though is still there at the other end. The last ball of the over. Oh, and another very good delivery, beating the outside edge of Nicholas Pooran. Dot ball to finish that over. Just 4 runs came from that over, and the wicket of Tajinder Singh Dhillon. And MI New York are now 92 for 2 after 10 overs. Quinton de Kock is going close to yet another half century. He is looking good at one end. Meanwhile, 2 wickets have fallen at the other end. And Nicholas Pooran is also a power hitter for them. Mitchell Owen now is brought back into the attack, and straight away, short delivery pulled away by Quinton de Kock. Deep mid wicket comes around, cuts it off. Couple of runs for Quinton de Kock, and he moves to 47 now from 28 balls. And that's a wide down the leg side. Has to reload that one. Ill-directed delivery from Mitchell Owen. And that's cut away by Quinton de Kock, finds the gap and finds the boundary here. And with that boundary, Quinton de Kock gets to his half century. It's been an outstanding knock from Quinton de Kock actually. 51 from just 29 deliveries, 4 fours and 3 sixers at a strike rate of 170. And on the big day, Quinton de Kock has delivered with the bat for MI New York. And this time, short delivery pulled away by Quinton de Kock towards deep square leg and picks up another single. Gives a strike to Nicholas Pooran. 100 comes up for MI New York as well. 100 comes up in just 10.3 overs. And it's still looking good for MI New York if they want to push towards 200, maybe. Nicholas Puran on strike. And Puran drives straight to covers. Dot ball. Here. Good delivery from Mitchell Owen, and Puran, I think, is taking his time to settle down before he can play those big shots. So he plays out a dot ball. 2 more deliveries left in this over. And this time Puran pulls it leg side towards deep mid wicket for another single. Gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. 1 more ball left in this over now. Last ball of the over, and Quinton de Kock cuts it over the top of third man into the boundary for 4 as well. So a nice way to finish the over from Quinton de Kock. Second boundary of that over. 13 runs came from that over, and MI New York are 105 for 2 after 11 overs. Quinton de Kock on fire at the moment. On the big day, what a knock he is playing. And Glenn Maxwell has brought himself back into the attack now. He realizes the importance of breaking this partnership as well. Still 9 overs left in this innings. Definitely 200 is on the cards the way MI New York are batting. Nicky P on strike, and he defends it straight away, picks up a single and gives it over to Quinton de Kock once again. But what an innings this is from Quinton de Kock. We are seeing the best of Quinton de Kock today. Big MLC final, and he has stepped up. And this time Quinton de Kock flicks it away, picks up a single and gives the strike to Nicholas Puran. Again, quicker delivery, fired into the pads, flicked away by Nicholas Puran for another single. So 3 balls, 3 singles in this over, still 3 balls left. Can Quinton de Kock continue this? He's batting well till now. And again, nicely defended by Quinton de Kock. Another dot ball here. Peaking at the right time, they say, and that is what MI New York are doing. Ever since the eliminator, they have been outstanding. Of course, they were almost losing the eliminator as well, but Trent Bolt won it for them. They won different match win. They have found different match winners at in different matches. Again, nicely defended by Quinton de Kock. Another dot ball here. So still 1 more ball left in this over. And Quinton de Kock goes for it and nails it over deep mid wicket for 6. What a way to finish the over. It was such a good over until that point, but the last ball of that over went for 6. 9 runs came from that over, and MI New York are 114 for 2 after 12 overs. Quinton de Kock is looking unstoppable today. 63 from 35 balls with 5 fours and 4 sixes. Strike rate of 180. There's been an outstanding knock from Quinton de Kock. And Lockie Ferguson now has been brought back into the attack. Mixing and changing here are the Washington Freedom. Still 8 overs left in this innings. Can the Freedom pull things back here? And it's driven back to the bowler by Nicholas Pooran. Dot ball to start the over. Well, Lockie Ferguson is one bowler who is bowling really well actually. Not conceding much. But this has been a terrific knock actually from Quinton de Kock on the big day. And again, slow delivery, nicely defended by Pooran. Towards covers, another dot ball here. Back-to-back dot balls to start this over. Now, how are they planning to get Quinton de Kock out? That is the big question now. He is looking dangerous at one end. Meanwhile, Pooran at the other end has still not found the boundary yet. And is looking to pull it away as Pooran gets the inside edge and picks up a single. Gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. Oh, he's looking for the big shot, gets it on the path, but I think it's going down the leg side. And they do complete the single, so it will be one leg byes. So this is a very good over here from Lockie Ferguson till now. Just 2 runs from this over. Still 2 balls left. He has been the pick of the bowlers today clearly. Of course, Ian Holland also still has 3 overs left. He has also bowled well, picked up the wicket. 1 over from Ferguson left after this. For the remaining 7 overs, you have 4 overs from Holland and Ferguson. The remaining 3 overs they need to manage. It's a full delivery and driven through the offside by Pooran towards deep point for another single. Gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. No boundaries in this over. Excellent news for Washington Freedom. The last ball of the over now, Quinton de Kock on strike. And it's a slow ball. Quinton de Kock just gently flicks it leg side and picks up a single to finish that over. Just 4 runs came from that over. And MI New York are 118 for 2 after 13 overs. So Ian Holland now has been brought back into the attack. Quinton de Kock is on strike. Slow ball, Quinton de Kock cuts it straight to point. They're taking the single and gives the strike to Nicholas Pooran. Ian Holland has his changes of pace. He's bowled well till now. Picked up the wicket as well of Tajinder Singh Dhillon. Again, slower ball once again. Cut away by Nicholas Pooran through the offside for another single. Washington Freedom are trying to pull things back here. Ian Holland and Lockie Ferguson have bowled well today. All the other bowlers have disappeared though. And Quinton de Kock hits it down the ground towards long off for another single. Gives the strike to Pooran here. And that's superbly driven through the offside by Pooran. It goes in the gap and into the boundary for 4. So boundary after quite a long time for MI New York, and the first boundary for Nicholas Pooran in this innings. And this time slow ball, Pooran hits it down the ground, good effort at long on, prevents the boundary, and they do complete the single. So even after conceding the boundary, it's 8 runs from this over, still 1 ball left. Washington Freedom slowly and steadily pulling things back here. Last ball of the over, driven through the offside by Quinton de Kock. It's in the gap. Good fielding in the deep. Another couple of runs for Quinton de Kock to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over. And MI New York are 128 for 2 after 14 overs. So Mitchell Owen now brought back into the attack, and straight away Pooran launches it over deep mid wicket for 6. What a way! In fact, Jack Edwards has been brought back into the attack, and straight away the first ball has been launched into the stands by Nicholas Pooran. What a way to start the over for MI New York. And that's a slow ball, bouncer, and Pooran lets it go. It's a wide ball, so has to reload that one. Extra ball, extra run here. So already 7 runs from 1 delivery in this over for MI New York. And Jack Edwards has been expensive actually. The batters are taking him down now because they understand that he is the weak link. He still has 1 over left after this. And again, Pooran hits it down the ground towards long on. Good fielding at long on. Another couple of runs for Nicholas Pooran. The slow ball, Puran goes for it, and it goes one bounce to long on for another single here. Gives the strike to Quinton de Kock, and Quinton de Kock will enjoy batting against Jack Edwards for sure. Three balls left in this over now. What is Quinton de Kock going to do? He's already on 68 of 40 balls. And this time he goes for the paddle, gets it away. Pass short fine leg into the boundary for 4 once again from Quinton de Kock. 6th boundary for Quinton de Kock in this innings, and he moves into the 70s now. And this time Quinton de Kock flicks it in the air towards long on, fumble in the deep, allows the batters to complete a couple of runs. You cannot be fumbling like this. You need to be very sharp on the field. Another couple of runs for Quinton de Kock. 16 runs from this over already. Still one ball left. And Quinton de Kock going for the paddle shot, and not able to make proper connection, but still takes the single to finish that over. 17 runs came from that over, and MI New York are 145 for 2 after 15 overs. Still 5 overs left in this innings. The 50 partnership also has been brought up. Partnership is 53 from 33 deliveries between Nicholas Puran and Quinton de Kock. Netravalkar now bowling this last over, and straight away Quinton de Kock cuts it in the air, but it goes past covers, and I will pick up a single. So Nicholas Puran has the strike now, and MI New York coming closer to 150 here. Again, slow ball. In fact, Netravalkar still has 1 over left after this. Puran drives it towards long off for another single. Gives the strike to Quinton de Kock. Netravalkar is bowling his 3rd over in this innings. He still has 1 over left after this. So that is good news, but what are they going to do with Jack Edwards is the big question. Still Ian Holland still has 2 overs left. Lockie Ferguson still has 1 over left, so you would presume that they would bowl 3 out of the remaining overs. Again, Quinton de Kock looking for the reverse sweep there, and he picks up a single and gives the strike to Nicholas Puran. So good over so far from Netravalkar. I presume Netravalkar will still has 1 over left, so they'll finish it with these 4 overs. That's a slow ball. Puran goes for the big shot, gets the leading edge and the simple catch at point. And Netravalkar strikes for the Washington Freedom, breaks this partnership, and he has picked up the big wicket of Nicholas Puran actually, because this is the time when Puran can be very dangerous. A slow ball from Saurabh Netravalkar, completely deceiving Nicholas Puran, was going for the big shot but got the thick outside edge, and a very good catch at point actually. Ian Holland taking the catch at point. Netravalkar strikes once again for Washington Freedom. Nicholas Puran departs after scoring 21 from 17 deliveries, and MI New York are now 148 for 3 after 15.4 overs, and it's also the time for the Seat Tires strategic timeout. So actually we come to the end of the Seat Tires strategic timeout, and the new batter to the crease now for MI New York is Karen Pollard, and still 26 balls left in this innings now. Netravalkar has bowled this over really well actually. Pollard played so well in the previous match. That's a good bumper from Netravalkar straight away. Pollard tucks underneath it. It's another dot ball here. So just 3 runs from this over, and that big wicket of Nicholas Puran. Still 1 ball left in this over now. And you can say that Washington Freedom have pulled things back a little bit, but still Quinton de Kock is holding the innings at one end though. Pollard comes down the pitch and ducks underneath. Another dot to finish that over. Excellent over from Saurabh Netravalkar. Just 3 runs came from that over and the wicket of Nicholas Puran. And MI New York are 148 for 3 after 16 overs. Superb bowling actually from Saurabh Netravalkar. Never easy to bowl to Puran and Quinton de Kock and concede only 3 runs in that over. And suddenly now Washington Freedom are slowly coming back into this game. Still only 4 more overs left in this innings now. Only 4 more overs left in this innings. Here's Lockie Ferguson. And Quinton de Kock hits it in the air straight into the hands of Midon, and another wicket goes down. 2 wickets in quick succession, and the settled Quinton de Kock has to make his way back to the pavilion. He's played outstandingly well, but he is gone, and Lockie Ferguson strikes once again for Washington Freedom. Is this match turning now? We'll be having 2 new batters at the crease at this stage. It was in the slot, bat turned in his hand, and it went straight to the fielder. Glenn Maxwell won't even put down those catches, not even in his sleep. He is a wonderful fielder, is Glenn Maxwell. He will take those catches even in his sleep. Quinton de Kock has played an outstanding innings. He's out for 77 from 46 deliveries. Outstanding knock from Quinton de Kock on the big day, but unfortunately it has come to an end. And MI New York are 148 for 4 after 16.1 overs. So an outstanding innings from Quinton de Kock came to an end, and now the new batter to the crease for MI New York is Michael Bracewell, and we have 2 new batters at the crease now. Lockie Ferguson is completing his spell, so I suppose that the 18th over and 20th over will be bowled by Ian Holland, and Michael Bracewell drives it beautifully through the offside, picks up a single and gives a strike to Kieran Pollard. Washington Freedom slowly coming back into this game here, slowly clawing their way back into this game. It was looking so good when Quinton de Kock and Puran were batting, but suddenly the last few overs things have slowed down drastically, and now again Pollard will be feeling the pressure. How many times has Pollard got to do this? Come in at this stage and finish the innings. He did it against Texas Super Kings. So Kieran Pollard is on strike now. Still 4 overs left in this. Still 4 balls left in this over, and he comes down the pitch. It looks to flick it as he got in outside edge. The catch is taken by the wicket keeper, and there's another wicket here. Second wicket in this over, and Lockie Ferguson, what a bowler this guy is, completely shifted this match in Washington Freedom's favour. Pollard came down the pitch, was looking to flick it away, and he's taken the glove on its way through to the keeper. And this is the biggest wicket possible, I guess, at this stage, because Kieran Pollard is the most destructive finisher in T20 cricket that the game has ever seen, and he has to make his way back to the pavilion. Pollard couldn't contribute today, out for a duck, and MI New York are 149 for 5 after 16.3 overs. So new batter to the crease now for MI New York is Kunwarjeet Singh, and too many wickets falling for MI New York at this stage. Suddenly now half the side back in the pavilion for MI New York, and this has been their problem in this season actually. Even in the eliminator, when MI New York started losing wickets, they lost wickets in a heap, and that is exactly what is happening now on the big day as well. And Kunwarjeet Singh drives through the offside, gets off the mark, picks up the single, and gives a strike to Michael Bracewell. Still 2 balls left in this over. This has been an outstanding spell from Lockie Ferguson actually. And this is what he can do, pick up these important wickets. Such a key aspect to this innings. So 2 more deliveries left in this over, and Washington Freedom have clawed their way back into this match. Again, Michael Bracewell drives it down the ground, picks up a single, and gives the strike to Kunwarjit Singh. Just 3 runs from this over so far. He's picked up 2 wickets as well, including the greatest finisher of all time, Darren Pollard, that wicket as well. So still 1 more ball left in this over, last ball of this over. And Kunwarjit Singh just gently defends and picks up a single to finish that over. Excellent over, excellent spell from Lockie Ferguson. Just 4 runs came from that over and 2 wickets in that over. And Lockie Ferguson finishes his spell 3 for 21 in his 4 overs. And MI New York are 152 for 5 after 17 overs. So still 3 overs left in this innings, and it looks like Ian Holland will be bowling the 18th and the 20th over. And the penultimate over will be bowled by Saurabh Netravalkar, most probably. That should be the plan for Washington Freedom. Ian Holland has also bowled well. And suddenly, from a stage where we thought that MI New York can reach 200, suddenly even 180 is looking tough at this stage, because they have lost wickets at quick succession. In fact, it's not Ian Holland, it's Glenn Maxwell who's brought himself into the attack. Very interesting decision at this stage when batters are looking to launch, and Kunwarjit Singh flicks it leg side, picks up a single, he comes back for the second. Good running between the wickets by Kunwarjit Singh. Couple of runs here. Very interesting decision actually. Don't know why Maxwell has brought himself on, because these are the death overs. You need your best bowlers bowling. Ian Holland has 2 overs left. He should be bowling this over and the 20th over. Penultimate over should be Netravalkar. And he goes for the slog sweep, does Kunwarjit Singh, and nails it out of the ground. First 6 for Kunwarjit Singh. And this is the risk that Glenn Maxwell has when you're bowling this kind of an over at this stage of the innings. You can disappear out of the ground, and that is what has happened. Kunwarjit Singh giving some hope to MI New York now. And this time, Kunwarjit Singh drives through the offside towards deep extra covers and picks up a single. Gives the strike to Michael Bracewell. 3 balls left in this over. Can MI New York make the best use of these 3 deliveries from Glenn Maxwell? And Michael Bracewell goes in the air. It's in the gap. Deep extra cover comes around, cuts it off. Another couple of runs for Michael Bracewell. There's still 2 balls left in this over. It's a very interesting decision to bring Maxwell into the attack here. Oh, that's a good delivery in the block hole, cleaned him up. And Maxwell strikes for Washington Freedom. It was a brave decision to bring himself into the attack. He conceded the 6, but he has picked up the wicket in this over. And Michael Bracewell will have to make the long walk back to the pavilion. And another wicket goes down for MI New York. 6 down now. And Washington Freedom are making a comeback in this match here. Outstanding delivery in the block hole. Bracewell was looking to maybe dig it out, drive it through the offside, but not able to make connection. Michael Bracewell departs after scoring 4 runs. And MI New York are now 163 for 6 after 17.5 overs. So the new batter to the crease now for MI New York is Christian Lewis. Still 1 ball left in this over. MI New York got the 6 in this over, but they have lost the wicket as well. It was a big gamble to bring Maxwell into the attack in this over. Maxwell brought himself into the attack. Last ball of the over now. Christian Lewis comes down the pitch and hits it down the ground to long on towards mid-wicket for another single to finish that over. 12 runs came from that over and the wicket of Michael Bracewell. And MI New York are now 164 for 6 after 18 overs. So 2 overs left in this innings now, and surely now it has to be Ian Holland and Saurabh Netravalkar to finish things off, or maybe Netravalkar to bowl this over and Holland to bowl the last over, but they are not doing that. They are going with Jack Edwards. Oh my goodness. Jack Edwards has been a very little expensive in this match so far. They are going with him. Christian Lewis is on strike, and Christian Lewis flicks it away leg side towards deep mid wicket, picks up the single and gives the strike to Kunwarjit Singh. Jack Edwards has been expensive. Can he bowl this over well? Clearly Xavier Bartlett is the purple cap winner for this season. He has the most wickets in MLC 2025. Oh, that's a slow ball. Excellent bowling. Kunwarjit Singh looking to pull it away, but not able to make connection. Another dot ball here. This is the thing about Washington Freedom, actually. They have plenty of options. They've gone with Jack Edwards, but I was suggesting Ian Holland to them. So who is going to bowl the last over? That is the question. Whether it's going to be Netravalkar or Holland. Surely it has to be one of them bowling the last over. That's on the patch, flicked away by Kunwarjit Singh towards deep square leg for another single. Gives the strike to Christian Lewis. There's still 3 balls left in this over now. Christian Lewis will be on strike. And MI New York are not getting the finish that they want. They're losing wickets and they're slowing down here towards the end of the innings. And that's a slow ball. Lewis hits it in the air, straight into the hands of covers. Another wicket goes down here for MI New York. They're crumbling towards the end. Jack Edwards picks up a wicket towards the end of the innings. And Christian Lewis has to make the long walk back to the pavilion. And it is all going downhill, unfortunately, for the MI New York. Still 2 balls left in this over. Outstanding over from Jack Edwards so far. There's 2 runs from this over and this wicket of Christian Lewis. And unfortunately, they're not getting the finish they want. Christian Lewis departs after scoring just 2 runs. And MI New York are now 166 for 7 after 18.4 overs. So the new finisher these days is Trent Boult, isn't it? New batter to the crease is Trent Boult, who has this habit of hitting a few sixes and finishing the innings well. He did it in the eliminator against San Francisco Unicorns. Can he do it again here on the big day? But this is while batting first. That was while chasing. That is the big difference. 2 balls left in this over now. Excellent over from Jock Edwards actually. And it's another cutter. Bolt was looking to cut it away but gets the bottom half of the bat, picks up a single and gives the strike to Kunwarjit Singh. Still 1 ball left in this over now. This has been an outstanding comeback from Washington Freedom actually. At one stage it looked as though 200 was confirmed for MI New York. That is how it was looking. But then Washington Freedom proved that they have the bowling resources to make a comeback. Last ball of the over. Kunwarjit Singh pulls it leg side towards deep mid wicket. Just a single once again. Kunwarjit Singh will keep the strike. Ends that over. Just 4 runs came from that over and the wicket of Tristan Lewis. And MI New York are now 168 for 7 after 19 overs. So still 1 over left in this innings. It's going to be a question of who will bowl it, whether it will be Saurav Netravalkar or whether it will be Ian Holland. So surely one of them has to bowl this last over. If either of them bowls it, then definitely it will be a good over for Washington Freedom. And it was a really good over actually from Jack Edwards towards the end. I thought that he was expensive. Maybe they can go with Ian Holland or Netravalkar before itself, but they trusted Jack Edwards. Now Netravalkar is bowling the last over and straight away Kunwarjit Singh looking for the big shot, but hits it straight to covers. Doesn't take the single as well. It's a dot to start the over. So this is superb actually from Washington Freedom. They've pulled things back here and this is turning out to be a chaseable target for Washington Freedom definitely. And now still 4 balls left in this innings. Still 5 balls left in this innings. But definitely MI New York haven't got the finish that they want. Washington Freedom have pulled things back here. And this time Kunwarjit Singh hits it back down the ground. Long on comes into play, cuts it off. Another single for Kunwarjit Singh. And gives the strike to Trent Bolt. Trent Bolt, he played a match-winning knock in the eliminator against San Francisco Unicorns. Just when we thought that MI New York were going down in that match, they made a comeback and won it. Can Trent Bolt do something similar here? But this is not about comebacks. This is about finishing this innings well. He has that capability of hitting sixes. He has shown it in a few matches. Oh, that's a good bumper, but it will be called wide. It is above the shoulder height, so it is called as wide. So he has to reload that one. Saurav Netravalkar. This has been an outstanding comeback from Washington Freedom, using their resources brilliantly. MI New York have faced this issue actually. The middle order particularly has crumbled in this season. Of course, previous match against TSK is an exception. Again, Trent Bolt going for the big shot, but not able to make connection. Another dot ball here. It will not be easy for Trent Bolt to hit sixes against Netravalkar now. Trent Bolt's primary role is bowling actually. And every time to depend on him to finish the innings with the bat is not a good position to be in if you are MI New York. Oh, that's wide outside the off stump. Trent Bolt went for the cut shot and it's been given as a wide and they have taken the single as well. So 2 extra runs here and still 3 balls left in this innings. And more importantly, Kunwarjit Singh will be on strike. That was too wide. Trent Bolt was going for the cut shot. Couldn't make a connection, but now Kunwarjit Singh is on strike. Can he provide the finish which MI need here? 3 balls left in this innings. And Kunwarjit Singh hits it down the ground, straight down the ground, 1 bounce, 4. Important boundary here for MI New York, and they are pushing towards 180 at the moment. Kunwarjit Singh delivers with the bat for MI New York. The 2 balls left in this innings. Oh, that's a good delivery. Kunwarjit was looking to guide it towards third man, but missing it altogether. Another dot ball here. So still 1 more ball left in this over. A boundary will take MI New York to 180, which is still a good total in finals. The psychological 180 that we talk about. That was just inside the line. A good delivery actually from Netravalkar. So last ball of the innings, Kunwarjit Singh on strike, and Kunwarjit flicks it away, goes in the gap into the boundary for 4 towards deep mid wicket, and a nice way to finish the innings. Kunwarjit Singh finishes with 22 from 13 deliveries with 2 fours and 1 6, and it was indeed an expensive last over because there was too many wides in that last over and 2 boundaries as well. But good finish to the innings here from Kunwarjit Singh. He has provided the finishing kick from a position where MI New York should have scored 200. They have finished their 20 overs with 180 for 7 on the board. And Washington Freedom, when they come out to bat, they will need 181 runs to win this match from their 20 overs. Pick of the bowlers for Washington Freedom was clearly Lockie Ferguson, 3 for 21, and his 4 overs completely turned the match on its head. And 12 runs came from that last over from Saurabh Netravalkar. And MI New York have finished their 20 overs with 180 for 7 after their 20 overs. So Washington Freedom will need 181 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs. The required run rate will only be 9 runs per over. It is gettable for Washington Freedom. Can Washington Freedom go back to back in MLC? We'll find out soon. So we'll be back again in another few minutes to cover the run chase of this big final between Washington Freedom and MI New York. So until then, please stay tuned.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.
So welcome back to this big final between Washington Freedom and MI New York in a quest to see who can clinch their second MLC trophy today. MI New York are the inaugural MLC champions and Washington Freedom are the defending champions. So one of them are going to go with 2 trophies today in MLC. And it has been a good first innings actually. MI New York have finished with 180 runs on the board. And Washington Freedom openers are coming out to bat. So Mitchell Owen and Rachin Ravindra are the openers for Washington Freedom, and they need 181 runs to win on the big day here, win their second MLC trophy. And for MI New York, it is Trent Bolt who is having the new ball in his hand. And we all know what Trent Bolt can do with the new ball. He has done it, kept on doing it for so many years. Magician with the new ball. Can he pick up the early breakthroughs here? The required run rate is 9.05. So straight away, it's a big task here. Big ask for Washington Freedom. So first ball of the run chase, Bolt bowling to Owen. And Owen pulls it leg side but straight into the hands of deep square leg. What a way to start. What a way to start this run chase. Trent Bolt with the new ball. Picks up an early wicket. Mitchell Owen hasn't contributed with the ball, hasn't contributed with the bat. A rare failure for him with both bat and ball. And Trent Bolt with the new ball is something else actually. First ball of the run chase, he strikes and picks up the big wicket of Mitchell Owen, who can be destructive. He has proved it. He has scored 100 in the Big Bash final this year as well. But he is out of here, and Washington Freedom have lost a big early wicket of the very first ball of this run chase. Mitchell Owen departs. First ball duck for him, and Washington Freedom are 0 for 1 now. So very first ball of the run chase, Mitchell Owen has holed out in the deep, and Washington Freedom have lost a wicket of the very first ball. A 0 for 1 now after 1 ball. And the new batter to the crease for Washington Freedom is Andreas Gauss. A good talent for Washington Freedom, and can these two batters play an important role in this run chase for Washington Freedom? Mitchell Owen has been really good in this tournament actually, very rare failure for him. But unfortunately, the thing about Mitchell Owen is he looks to play too many shots too early. He's not having that temperament to play a mature knock. That is one area where Mitchell Owen is lacking. You cannot keep on going slam bang all the time. It won't keep on working for you. The second ball of the run chase, Andreas goes on strike. And they look to flick it away, gets it on the pads. But it's another dot ball here. Never easy to chase this kind of total in a final either. We have seen the IPL final, 191 was defended by RCB against Punjab Kings, who was known to chase down big totals. So pressure of a run chase in a final is always there, believe it or not. But Trent Bolt, my goodness, how many times has he done this? How many times does he keep on picking up wickets with the new ball? Oh, he's looking to drive there. Andreas goes, but not able to make connection. Another dot ball here. So this is an excellent start here from the MI New York bowlers. Back of the line, punch back to the bowler by Andreas Ghost. Another dot ball here. Oh, that's flicked in the air by Andreas Ghost. He hasn't got any timing on it. Deep mid-wicket fielder comes underneath and takes the catch on the third attempt. And another wicket goes down here for Washington Freedom. What is happening here? 2 wickets in the first over for MI New York. Andreas Ghost was looking to flick it away, but couldn't get any timing on it. And what a catch by Kieran Pollard. Still taking catches like this. He caught it off the 4th or 5th attempt, I think. Kept on juggling it. And unfortunately, Washington Freedom are rocked early. 2 wickets in the first over and still no runs on the board. Oh my goodness, look at Kieran Pollard there. 3rd, 4th, 5th attempt. He's completed the catch almost. But this is some start here for MI New York, defending a target of 181 and picking up 2 wickets early in this innings. Andreas Ghost departs for a duck as well, and Washington Freedom are now 0 for 2 after 5 balls. So the new batter to the crease now for Washington Freedom is Jack Edwards, and straight away he flicks it leg side towards square leg, picks up a single and gets off the mark, more importantly, with that single. But what a first over from Trent Boult. Does he even do this in his sleep, I wonder? 2 wickets in the first over and just 1 run coming from that over. And Washington Freedom are now 1 for 2 after 1 over. So failures for Mitchell Owen and Andreas Ghost today. Unfortunately, both of them getting out without troubling the scorers. So it is up to these 2 batters now, Rachin Ravindra and Jack Edwards, to help Washington Freedom get over the line. Tajinder Singh Dhillon is coming into the attack now, and straight away punched to the back foot by Jack Edwards through the offside for 4. So a nice way to start the over from Jack Edwards. He can be a very good batter, and he has started well. Boundary to start this over. And again, quicker delivery. Jack Edwards looking to go for the cut shot once again, but this time not able to make connection. Another dot ball here. Very interesting decision from Nicholas Pooran to bring in Tajinder Singh Dhillon into the attack. First ball going for 4 and then a dot. Again, Jack Edwards hitting it back to the bowler. Another dot ball here. And he goes for the big shot as Jack Edwards. Has he got enough timing on it? It goes over mid-off, but unfortunately very slow outfield. So the ball doesn't go for 4. A couple of runs completed by Jack Edwards. So still 2 balls left in this over. Rachin Ravindra hasn't even got the strike till now. He's been watching everything from the other end. And this time Jack Edwards flicks it away towards deep mid wicket, picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. So for the first time, Rachin Ravindra is coming on strike now. And he will also need to play an important role in this run chase for Washington Freedom. And this time Ravindra punches it down the ground. It goes past mid-on. And misfield at mid-on, we can say. Another couple of runs for Rachin Ravindra to get off the mark with a couple. And 9 runs, with that couple of runs, that over comes to an end. 9 runs came from that over. And Washington Freedom are now 10 for 2 after 2 overs. So Trent Bolt now continuing into his second over. Always picks up wickets with the new ball, doesn't he? Jack Edwards is going to be on strike now. Already picked up 2 wickets in the first over of this run chase and rocked Washington Freedom big time. Again, Jack Edwards flicks it leg side, but this time straight to mid wicket. A dot ball here. Two big batters for Washington Freedom couldn't score today. Mitchell Owen and Andreas Ghosh. Both of them have been in relatively good form in this tournament. And a shot pulled away by Jack Edwards towards deep square leg. Picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. Required run rate is now 9.62. Can we see a big knock from Rachin Ravindra today? It has to come, isn't it? Oh, that's beautifully driven through the offside by Rachin Ravindra. First boundary for Rachin Ravindra in this innings. A glorious shot through the offside and he is up and running now. So good start here from Ravindra, and this time he defends. It goes up the outside edge, picks up the single and gives the strike to Jack Edwards. 2 balls left in this over, and this has been a good over for Washington Freedom. Actually, they need to build a partnership here. Oh, that's a good delivery. Jack Edwards looking to drive, but it beats the outside edge. Another dot ball here. 6 runs from this over so far, still 1 ball left. Jack Edwards can be a good batter. The last ball of this over now. Jack Edwards on strike. And Jack Edwards smacks it out of the ground, over deep mid wicket for 6. What a way to finish the over. A big over there for Washington Freedom. 12 runs came from that over. And finally, this run chase is picking up momentum for Washington Freedom. Washington Freedom are now 22 for 2 after 3 overs. So good over there for Washington Freedom. Both Ravindra and Jack Edwards went after Trent Bolt and succeeded in doing so. And Rachin Ravindra will be knowing his fellow countryman as well, Trent Bolt. Both of them play for New Zealand together. So that is why Rachin Ravindra will be more familiar when he plays against Trent Bolt, and that is what happened in that over. And now there's a bowling change. Tristan Lewis has been brought into the attack. So even though Washington Freedom have lost 2 early wickets, if these two can build a partnership, then it might be game on. Here's Tristan Lewis bowling Rachin Ravindra. And Ravindra flicks it leg side, picks up a single and gives the strike to Jack Edwards. Jack Edwards is looking really good actually. And I think it was 1 leg bias there for Rachin Ravindra. And it's on a good length, nicely defended by Jack Edwards. Another dot ball here. Is this the day when Jack Edwards can do something special here for Washington Freedom? And shot, he's cut it over the top of deep point all the way for 6. What a shot that is from Jack Edwards. He just carved it over point. And another 6 here, second 6 for Jack Edwards. And he is looking dangerous at the moment. And this time Jack Edwards flicks it away towards deep square leg, picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. 2 more deliveries left in this over. And can Ravindra also attack from the other end is the big question. And that's driven in the air, it goes past short third man and into the boundary for 4. So another boundary here for Rachin Ravindra, his second boundary. And this is a really good over here for Washington Freedom. 11 runs from this over, still 1 ball left in this over. The last ball of the over, and this time Ravindra drives straight to covers. A dot ball to finish that over. 11 runs came from that over from Tristan Lewis, and Washington Freedom are now 34 for 2 after 4 overs. there's a bowling change here for MI New York. Rushil Ugarkar has been brought into the attack. Is the new bowler into the attack, and Jack Edwards is looking really good here for the Washington Freedom. So here's Rushil Ugarkar. Jack Edwards on strike. And that's flicked away by Jack Edwards. Past mid-wicket, picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. So Rachin Ravindra is on strike now. And again drives to the offside for another single for Rachin Ravindra. Gives the strike to Jack Edwards. The two singles in this over. Jack Edwards on strike now. Washington Freedom are looking in a good position. And he goes for the big shot. Jack Edwards, it's gone high up in the air. And fielder running backwards. Very tough catch. He puts it down. And they do complete the single. There's a very tough catch there. And there was no necessity for that shot, I guess. He didn't get the timing right with that Jack Edwards. Luckily for him, the ball landed safely. You don't want to lose another wicket inside the power play. You're already 2 down, Washington Freedom. So you need to be a little careful. And now Ravindra comes down the pitch, flicks it leg side towards deep mid-wicket, and they're coming back for a couple of runs. Good running between the wickets from Rachin Ravindra. Still 2 balls left in this over now. I don't know why I feel, but I think today Rachin Ravindra will play a good knock for Washington Freedom. And this time he cuts it over covers, and the ball is racing away for 4 from Rachin Ravindra. His 3rd boundary of this innings, and he is looking really good here for Washington Freedom. So still 1 ball left in this over, 9 runs from this over so far. And he comes down the pitch, pulls it away, and it's gone in the gap and into the boundary for 4. Goes past the diving fielder at deep square leg. Back-to-back boundaries to finish that over. Expensive over for MI New York. 13 runs came from that over. And Washington Freedom are now 47 for 2 after 5 overs. Rachin Ravindra is on the charge, 22 from 10 deliveries. He's already hit 4 boundaries at a strike rate of 220. And at the other end is Jack Edwards as well, 24 from 15 balls. And this partnership, 47 from 25. They came in when they were 0 for 2. And they are putting on a good partnership here. And now there's another bowling change. Nostush Kenjige has been brought into the attack for MI New York. Jack Edwards is on strike. And Jack Edwards goes over the top of mid-off. One bounce into the boundary for 4. So what a way to start the over here from Jack Edwards. Brings up the 50 as well for Washington Freedom. 50 comes up in just 5.1 overs. And Jack Edwards now looking to go on the aggressive route. And this time it's short, pulled away towards square leg by Jack Edwards. He picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. 50 partnership as well between these two batters. Obviously it's a 50 partnership when the 50 came up because both these batters came in when Washington Freedom were none for 2. And from there they have brought Washington Freedom to this position. And now Ravindra comes down the pitch and hits it straight down the ground. It goes past mid-off into the fence for 4. And this time it is Rachin Ravindra who is on the charge here. And this is a big over for Washington Freedom. And this time it's short, pulled away by Ravindra towards deep mid wicket. Good fielding at deep mid wicket. Another couple of runs for Rachin Ravindra. So still 2 balls left in this over. Required run rate has come down to 8.58 for Washington Freedom. And suddenly from 0 for 2, it has become a very good power play for Washington Freedom if you see. Unbelievable. And shot again, cut away by Ravindra through the offside for another boundary. Another boundary in this over. Expensive over here from Kenjige. 15 runs from this over, still 1 ball left. And what a power play this has been for Washington Freedom. The last ball of the power play now from Nostush Kenjige. Shot again, cut away again, goes past covers again and into the boundary again. What an over this is for the Washington Freedom. 19 runs came from this over. And what a power play this has been. Washington Freedom are now 66 for 2 after 6 overs. It's the end of the power play and it's also the time for the Seat Tires strategic timeout. So we come to the end of the Siatta strategic timeout. And from 0 for 2, these two have made it a very productive power play for Washington Freedom in this run chase. And now Rushil Ugarkar is continuing in the attack. Jack Edwards is on strike. And I don't need to do anything unnecessary now if you're Washington Freedom. And it's flicked away by Jack Edwards towards deep mid wicket. And a couple of runs completed by Jack Edwards. And he will keep the strike. But this has been a superb start in the power play for Washington Freedom actually. Yes, they have lost 2 wickets, but these two have somehow managed to make it a very productive power play. And this is the thing about Washington Freedom actually, clearly proving that they are the champion team once again. Once again, Jack Edwards flicks it leg side towards deep square leg and this time picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. Rachin Ravindra has scored 36 of just 14 deliveries. He is playing a big knock in the finals day at the moment. And this time Ravindra drives, but this straight to covers. Another dot ball here. And this time it's short, pulled away by Rachin Ravindra all the way for 6 towards deep square leg. What a shot that is from Rachin Ravindra. It was short and he's pulled it flat into the stands. First 6 for Rachin Ravindra in this innings. Oh, he's looking to cut it there, gets the inside edge onto the pads. That's a good slow ball from Rushil Ugarkar. Another dot ball here. Still one more ball left in this over now. Last ball of the over. And it's cut away by Rachin Ravindra, but straight to covers. Another dot ball to finish that over. But another good over for Washington Freedom actually. And Washington Freedom are now 75 for 2 after 7 overs. Kieran Pollard now is the new bowler into the attack for MI New York, and this has been a superb start here for Washington Freedom. Despite losing 2 early wickets in the first over itself, Jack Edwards and Rachin Ravindra are helping Washington Freedom move closer. I will still say it's still far a long way away, but they are looking good to clinch back-to-back trophies now. And straight away Jack Edwards looks to flick it away, gets the leading edge, picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. MI New York need a wicket here. Only way they can make a comeback into this match, because this partnership is looking dangerous at the moment. Rachin Ravindra at one end is striking it beautifully, and at the other end, Jack Edwards is also doing his things. And as I kept on saying, Jack Edwards is not a bad batter in T20 matches. He's a good all-rounder. He can be dangerous with the bat as well. Jack Edwards is a very good addition to Washington Freedom this season. And Ravindra this time cuts it towards deep extra covers for another single. Gives the strike to Jack Edwards. 2 singles in this over so far. And that's all they need actually, because the required run rate is down to 8.24. Current run rate is 10.40. They're doing it nicely here, Washington Freedom. After losing early wickets, this partnership is doing incredibly well here. It's still batters like Maxwell and Glenn Phillips to come as well after this. It's flicked away by Jack Edwards. And he picks up a single. I think it's off the thighs, I think. So it will be one leg byes and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. So still 3 balls left in this over now. Rachin Ravindra on strike. And Rachin Ravindra cuts it straight to point this time. A dot ball here. So this is a good over from Kieron Pollard actually. There's 2 runs from this over so far. That shot pulled away again by Ravindra in the gap for another boundary. That's nailed by Rachin Ravindra towards deep square leg. Another boundary here for Rachin Ravindra, and clearly now Washington Freedom are looking good to chase this down. The target is now under 100 for Washington Freedom. And this time it's a slow ball. Rachin Ravindra drives it through the offside towards deep extra covers. Picks up a single to finish the over. Rachin Ravindra will keep the strike. 7 runs came from that over. And Washington Freedom are now 83 for 2 after 8 overs. So still 98 needed from 72 deliveries for Washington Freedom. Required run rate is only 8.17. And these 2 batters are looking really good here. What a partnership this has been. 83 from 43 balls. This partnership between Jack Edwards and Rachin Ravindra has completely brought the Washington Freedom back into this match. Who would have thought, after Trent Bolt picked up those 2 early wickets, that Washington Freedom would be in this position? And that is what T20 cricket is all about. Very, very unpredictable. Just imagine what would have happened if Mitchell Owen and Andreas Goss had performed today. Unfortunately, both of them got out for a duck. But anyways, these 2 are doing it now. And Nostush Kenjige now continuing in his second over. And straight away, Rachin Ravindra flicks it leg side towards deep mid wicket. Picks up a single and gives the strike to Jack Edwards. Nostush Kenjige had a very expensive over. Conceded 19 runs in his first over. MI New York desperately need a wicket here. And a shot pulled away by Jack Edwards, but straight into the hands of long on. The catch is taken by Kieran Pollard, and there's the wicket that they needed. It was long time coming, this wicket, and Jack Edwards has to depart back to the pavilion. It was a short delivery actually. Jack Edwards could have hit it anywhere, but he hit it straight down the throat of long on. And Nostush Kenjige strikes for MI New York, and he has broken this partnership which was threatening to take the game away from MI New York. It is still Washington Freedom are in a good position, but this is a big wicket for MI New York. Jack Edwards departs after scoring 33 from 22 deliveries, and Washington Freedom are now 84 for 3 after 8.2 overs. It was a good partnership between Jack Edwards and Rachin Ravindra, but it has come to an end now. And the new batter to the crease for Washington Freedom is Glenn Phillips. Very much capable batter, coming in ahead of Glenn Maxwell. And the Freedom are in a very good position actually. They don't need to worry too much. This is still a chaseable target. Glenn Phillips is on strike now. Nostush Kenjige. That's a good delivery. Phillips drives straight to covers. A dot ball here. Glenn Phillips will take his time. He will look to get his eye in first. He will not want to go from ball one. And again, this time Phillips looking to flick it away, but not able to make enough connection. Another dot ball here. Still Glenn Maxwell to come after this. PNR, so many capable batters. Washington Freedom do bat deep. Again, punch straight to covers, another dot ball. So this is a good over, just one run from this over so far. And the wicket of Jack Edwards. So last ball of the over now, Glenn Phillips is on strike. And nicely defended again by Glenn Phillips. Another dot ball to finish the over. Just one run came from that over and the wicket of Jack Edwards. Washington Freedom are now 84 for 3 after 9 overs. So Rachin Ravindra is batting well actually. He is holding this innings together. Jack Edwards was also doing well, but he holed out in the deep. But now Tajinder Singh Dhillon has been brought into the attack. And Rachin Ravindra hits it down the ground towards long on, picks up a single. And with that single, Rachin Ravindra gets to his half century. This has been an outstanding knock. 50 from just 24 deliveries with 8 fours and 1 sixer. A strike rate of 208.33 has been a really good knock from Rachin Ravindra on the big day. So Glenn Phillips is on strike now. This New Zealand batting pair, we can say both of them play for New Zealand. Glenn Phillips has not yet gotten off the mark, but he is also another capable big hitter. Full toss, driven straight to covers, another dot here. Glenn Phillips has played 5 deliveries, hasn't got off the mark yet. And that's flicked away by Glenn Phillips. Picks up a single and gets off the mark. And gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. 2 more balls left in this over now. Three more balls left in this over actually. And again cut away by Rachin Ravindra. Goes past cover. And another single here. And this time Phillips drives down the ground to long off. Picks up another single. And gives the strike to Ravindra. 1 more ball left in this over. Just 4 runs from this over so far. Good over from Tajinder Singh. And this is what a wicket does. It slows down things for a while. It is exactly what happened in the MI New York innings, and it's happening in the Washington Freedom innings as well. Wickets always slow down the proceedings. The last ball of the over now. Rachin Ravindra on strike. And Rachin Ravindra cuts it towards covers, picks up another single to finish the over. Just 5 runs came from that over, and Washington Freedom are now 89 for 3 after 10 overs. The required run rate is 9.20 for Washington Freedom. So Nastush Kenjige now continuing into his 3rd over. Can MI New York make a comeback in this match is the big question. Just got an information, the MI franchise hasn't lost a final since 2010. As Ravindra comes down the pitch and flicks it leg side towards deep mid wicket. Picks up a single and gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. There is a wind blowing down in one direction as well in the stadium. And that's another good delivery, punched back to the bowler by Glenn Phillips. Another dot ball here. Glenn Phillips has played 8 deliveries and scored only 2 runs. And the shot pulled away by Glenn Phillips over deep mid wicket all the way for 6. Finally, Glenn Phillips gets one off the middle of the bat. First 6 for Glenn Phillips and an important 6 for the Washington Freedom. So that was a superb 6 there from Glenn Phillips, his first 6 of the day. And this time he just flicks it leg side, picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. So this New Zealand batting pair is coordinating with each other very well. Rachin Ravindra has just scored a half century here. Required run rate is just 8.89. It should be doable for the Washington Freedom. They are close to the 100 as well. Oh, Ravindra came down the pitch, but it was fired in wide. It's been given as a wide, so Kenjige has to reload that one. Extra run, extra ball there. And Ravindra comes down the pitch, flicks it leg side towards deep mid wicket, picks up a single and gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. 10 runs from this over so far, still 1 ball left. The last ball of this over now. Glenn Phillips on strike. And Glenn Phillips just happily plays it back to the bowler. Another dot to finish that over. 10 runs came from that over. And Washington Freedom are now 99 for 3 after 11 overs. So Kieran Pollard now has been brought back into the attack. Monank Patel is clearly the orange cap holder in this tournament. Tournament now. Slow ball. Ravindra drives through the offside towards deep point. Good fielding at deep point. Another couple of runs for Rachin Ravindra. So he will keep the strike. So Rachin Ravindra is delivering on the big day here for Washington Freedom. Slow ball pulled away by Ravindra over deep square leg all the way for 6. Important 6 there for Washington Freedom. Second 6 for Rachin Ravindra in this innings. And he is taking Washington Freedom towards victory here in this big final. So now Kieran Pollard coming around the wicket. And Ravindra drives through the offside, picks up a single and gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. Outstanding knock actually from Rachin Ravindra, to be honest. Spectacular. You need a better word than spectacular actually. 63 from 31 deliveries with 8 fours and 2 sixers. It has been simply phenomenal. So Glenn Phillips on strike now. Slow ball. Phillips hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. Gives a strike to Ravindra. 2 balls left in this over. This is exactly the situation which MI New York were in when they were chasing against the Texas Super Kings, and MI New York got over the line pretty easily. Now Washington Freedom are in the same situation against MI New York in the final. That's driven beautifully again by Rachin Ravindra. Towards deep, extra covers for another single. Gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. "11 runs from this over so far, still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over, and Phillips just gently flicks it leg side. And are they going to come back for a couple of runs? Yes, they are. Good draw, direct hit, but I think Ravindra has made his ground. Ravindra has made his ground. So 2 runs have been completed and ends that over. 13 runs came from that over. And Washington Freedom are now 112 for 3 after 12 overs. So required run rate just 8.63, and again 2 settled batters at the crease. Of course, Glenn Phillips is batting a little slowly, but that is exactly what is required now. Rachin Ravindra is going strong at the other end as well. And now Christian Lewis has been brought back into the attack. Rachin Ravindra will be on strike. So yes, Christian Lewis. And it's pulled away by Rachin Ravindra. Towards deep square leg for another single. Gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. Rachin Ravindra is batting on 65 from 33 deliveries with 8 fours and 2 sixers. Strike rate of 196.97. It has been simply a phenomenal innings on this big day here. Particularly from a situation of 0 for 2. Washington Freedom have gotten themselves into this scenario where they can chase this total down now. Glenn Phillips is on strike. Oh, it's looking to cut it away, but can't make connection. A dot ball here. And that's punched again by Glenn Phillips, but straight to covers. Another dot ball here. Glenn Phillips is batting slightly slowly at the moment. He's played 15 balls. He has hit 1/6. But he's playing out dot balls here at this stage. It can put some pressure now on Rachin Ravindra. Glenn Phillips is known for his big shots. He's known for his finishing capabilities. Again, drives but straight to covers again. So 3 dot balls in a row. And this has been a very good over. Just 1 run from this over so far. Washington Freedom still have batters to come. That is not a problem for them. And this time Phillips pulls it leg side towards long on and picks up a single. Gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. 1 ball left in this over. Just 2 runs from this over so far from Christian Lewis. So last ball of the over from Christian Lewis. And Ravindra drives straight back to the bowler. Oh, he's looking for the run here. There's no run at all. Oh my goodness, complete misunderstanding, miscommunication between the batters. Luckily, Ravindra makes his ground. So another dot to finish that over. Just 2 runs came from that over from Christian Lewis. And Washington Freedom are now 114 for 3 after 13 overs. And it's also the time for the Seat Tires strategic timeout. So we come to the end of the strategic timeout. 7 overs left in this innings. And the Washington Freedom needs 67 more runs to win from the last 7 overs. Glenn Phillips is on strike. Tajinder Singh has been brought into the attack, and Glenn Phillips cuts it straight to covers again. Another dot ball here. There are too many dot balls in the last few deliveries. And this time, swing and a miss from Glenn Phillips. Another dot ball. Is MI New York trying to make a comeback here? Some quiet overs at the moment. How did that miss the stumps is the big question. Glenn Phillips is clearly struggling. And a shot cut away by Glenn Phillips. Towards deep extra covers for another single. Gives a strike to Rachin Ravindra. And suddenly, slowly and surely, the pressure is building now on Washington Freedom. They're not getting the runs. Too many dot balls, just 1 run from this over so far. That's a flighted delivery. Ravindra going for the slog sweep, but not able to make connection. Another dot ball here. So is the pressure building now on Washington Freedom? 2 balls left in this over. Just 1 run from this over from Tajinder Singh. Ravindra has played an outstanding knock, but can he finish it? That's pulled away by Ravindra. Is it in the gap? Oh, that's superb fielding at deep mid-wicket. And a couple of runs for Rachin Ravindra. So he will keep the strike. 3 runs from this over so far. Still 1 ball left. The last 2 overs, no boundaries for Washington Freedom. The last ball of this over. That's flighted. Ravindra goes for the big shot. He hasn't got any timing on it. And will only get a single to finish the over. What an over this has been. Just 4 runs from this over. And Washington Freedom are now 118 for 3 after 14 overs. Suddenly the required run rate has gone up to 10.50. Just 6 runs have come in the last 2 overs. For Washington Freedom, what happened suddenly we don't know. Now the pressure is on. The required run rate is suddenly 10.50. This game is taking a U-turn here. 2 settled batters at the crease but not finding the boundaries. Here's Christian Lewis now. And Ravindra pulls it leg side towards deep mid-wicket. Picks up a single. And gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. They need boundaries now, Washington Freedom. It has come down to that stage. Suddenly from 69 needed from 8 overs, it has come down to 61 needed from 34 balls. What a turn of events. And Phillips looking to drive, gets the inside edge. Another single. Oh my goodness. This game is turning here. MI New York are coming back into this match. What is happening here? How have Washington Freedom gone into their shell? They were looking so good. The last 3 overs, Washington Freedom have gone into their shell. This is unbelievable stuff. Required run rate is going above 11 now. Oh, again trying to swing, gets it on the pads. Another dot here. What a period of play this is turning out to be for MI New York. Is this match turning? Can MI New York maintain their streak in finals? Pressure is mounting here on Rachin Ravindra. They need boundaries out of somewhere here. Even the settled Rachin Ravindra is suddenly struggling to find the boundary. That's a wide down the leg side. So it will have to re-ball that one. Extra ball, extra run. So just 3 runs from this over so far. And this time Ravindra drives it through the offside towards deep extra covers. Picks up another single and gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. 2 balls left in this over. And where are the boundaries coming from is the big question. That shot is hit it in the air. Has it gone all the way? Or has it gone 1 bounce for 4? It has gone all the way for 6. What an important 6 this is for Washington Freedom. Finally, Glenn Phillips gets hold of one and puts it into the stands. That is a much needed 6 for Washington Freedom at this stage. So still 1 ball left in this over now. Glenn Phillips has hit an important 6 here for Washington Freedom. Last ball of the over now. And this time Phillips cuts it away towards deep extra covers, picks up a single. He will keep the strike. 11 runs came from that over. A good over for Washington Freedom. And Washington Freedom are now 129 for 3 after 15 overs. So this match is probably going to go down to the wire. I think 52 needed from the last 5 overs for Washington Freedom. Both Glenn Phillips and Rachin Ravindra are settled at the crease. Rachin Ravindra has scored 70 from 40 balls. Glenn Phillips has hit 2 sixes in his innings. So Rushil Lugarkar has come back into the attack now. The required run rate for Washington Freedom is 10.40. Current run rate 8.60. Suddenly in the last few overs it slowed down a little. 17 runs have come in the last 3 overs. Boundaries dried up a little bit. Glenn Phillips on strike. Here's Rushil Lugarkar. And Glenn Phillips pulls it away towards deep mid-wicket. Picks up a single and gives the strike to Rachin Ravindra. This match is going down to the wire, I think. unless there is a big over for Washington Freedom. 51 needed from 29 balls for Washington Freedom. So Rachin Ravindra on strike. Rachin Ravindra drives in the air straight into the hands of covers. A wicket goes down here. The pressure was mounting on Washington Freedom. And Ravindra has hit it in the air straight into the hands of covers. Big wicket here for MI New York. And they have broken this partnership. And is there life still left in this game for MI New York here? It was a full length delivery. Ravindra was looking to crash it through the offside. It was a good shot, but straight into the hands of covers. And unfortunately, Ravindra's cameo has come to an end. He has played beautifully, but Rushil Lugarkar has struck an important blow here for MI New York. Rachin Ravindra departs after scoring 70 from 41 deliveries, and Washington Freedom are now 130 for 4 after 15.2 overs. So they've got the big wicket here, the MI New York, and the new batter to the crease is the Big Show. Glenn Maxwell, can he deliver a big show today with the bat is the big question. Suddenly there's so much pressure on Washington Freedom. What looked like a comfortable run chase has suddenly become very tricky here. So Glenn Maxwell on strike. Here's Rushil Lugarkar. And Maxwell just gently flicks it leg side, picks up a single, and Maxwell is off the mark. Gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. 3 balls left in this over. Phillips has been very quiet in this innings. Just those 2 sixes which he scored, but strike rate under 100 in this kind of a run chase. And suddenly out of nowhere, there's so much pressure building here on Washington Freedom. It's a slow ball, punched to the back foot by Glenn Phillips through the offside. Picks up another single and gives the strike to the Big Show. Glenn Maxwell, 2 balls left in this over now. And it's edged and straight through to the keeper. Another dot ball here. So this is another very good over here from Rushil Lugarkar. One ball left in this over. Big Show is on strike. They literally need a Big Show now. He's come down the pitch, flicked it leg side. They picked up a single and have to settle for the single now. A single to finish that over. Just 4 runs came from that over and the big wicket of Rachin Ravindra. And Washington Freedom are now 133 for 4 after 16 overs. They need 48 runs from the remaining 4 overs to win this match. So Trent Bolt has been brought back into the attack. He still has 2 overs left and he's bowling here at the death. Boundaries are so important here for Washington Freedom. Here's Trent Bolt. And Maxwell flicks it away leg side towards deep mid wicket for another single. Gives a strike to Glenn Phillips. So a good start here from Bolt, not conceding the boundary. Required run rate is going closer to 13 now. What has happened to Glenn Phillips here is not able to connect anything. Oh, that's a full superb delivery in the block hole. Glenn Phillips looking to drive through the offside but not able to make connection. Another dot ball here. Four balls left in this over now. Another full delivery driven back to the bowler, a misfield by the bowler, and they do take the single and gives the strike to Maxwell. 3 balls left in this over. Boundaries have completely dried up here for Washington Freedom. So the big show is on strike now. 3 balls left in this over. Another full delivery. Maxwell drives through the offside. Goes to deep extra covers. And they do come back for a couple of runs here. So Glenn Maxwell will keep the strike. 2 balls left in this over. Where are they getting the boundaries from? Two balls left in this over. Maxwell on strike. And Maxwell goes for the reverse. Gets it over the fielders, but still not able to find the boundary. Only another couple of runs for Glenn Maxwell. Still 1 ball left in this over now. The pressure is building here definitely. Still 1 ball left in this over. Glenn Maxwell on strike. Last ball of the over. Again another full delivery. Maxwell flicks it leg side, picks up a single and ends the over. This has been an outstanding comeback from the MI New York bowlers. Just 28 runs have been scored in the last 5 overs, which suddenly means that Washington Freedom need to score at a rate of 13.67 now. Washington Freedom are 140 for 4 after 17 overs, and they need 41 runs to win from the last 3 overs to win this trophy. So who is going to bowl the 18th over here? Tense faces in the Washington Freedom dugout. The runs have dried up in the last few overs for them. Christian Lewis has been brought back into the attack now. Maxwell is on strike. And Maxwell gives himself room, cuts it straight to covers for another single here. Gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. So Glenn Phillips is on strike now. They need big shots now. Washington Freedom, it's dried up a little bit. Boundaries have dried up. Phillips is standing deep inside his crease. And connects it all the way for 6 over deep mid wicket. Much needed 6 for the Washington Freedom. And that will release some pressure, I guess. But still plenty of 6s needed. But Phillips has connected one, his third 6 in this innings. So still 4 balls left in this over. He goes again. Does Glenn Phillips, has he got enough on it? Yes, he has. Another 6 here. Back-to-back 6s for Glenn Phillips. And another twist in this match here. Now Washington Freedom will start believing. Glenn Phillips is doing it here. 4th 6 for him in this innings. And this is a big over for the Washington Freedom. So 13 runs from this over so far, still 3 balls left. Hits and goes past the keeper, but good fielding at short third man. So just a single and gives the strike to Glenn Maxwell. 2 balls left in this over, 14 runs from this over already. Maxwell hasn't scored a boundary yet, but Phillips has scored 2 important 6s in this over. And it's pulled away by Maxwell. Hasn't got timing again. It goes towards deep mid wicket. Another couple of runs for Glenn Maxwell. "16 runs from this over. Still 1 ball left. Big over here for Washington Freedom. It's going down to the wire, this match. 1 ball left in this over. It's gone for the reverse. And it's been given as a wide. So has to reload that one. 17 runs from this over. Still 1 ball left. Can Maxwell connect one now? 1-6 will do for Glenn Maxwell. "24 needed from 13 balls. So last ball of the over now. Can Maxwell connect? No, he can't. Swing and a miss. Another dot to finish that over. But 17 runs came from that over. A good over actually for Washington Freedom. And Washington Freedom are now 157 for 4 after 18 overs. They need 24 runs from the remaining 2 overs to win this match and the trophy. So Trent Bolt is going to be bowling the penultimate over. Glenn Phillips is on strike. Trent Bolt has been bowling outstandingly well in this match. And this is the penultimate over now. Glenn Phillips, can he deliver again? He hit 2 sixes in the previous over. They need 2 sixes in this over as well. So here's Trent Bolt, Phillips on strike. And that's on the pads, flicked away by Phillips towards deep mid wicket. Good fielding at deep mid wicket, couple of runs, and Glenn Phillips keeps the strike. More importantly for Washington Freedom, Glenn Phillips keeps the strike. That's in the slot, straight down the ground by Glenn Phillips, all the way for 6. Another 6 here for Glenn Phillips. He's dealt only in 6s in this innings. 5th 6 for Glenn Phillips in this run chase. And now just 16 needed from 10 balls. Glenn Phillips is trying to bring this home for Washington Freedom. And that's another Yorker. This time he slices it towards short third man, picks up a single and gives the strike to Glenn Maxwell. Maxwell hasn't got going yet. He hasn't scored a boundary yet. Maybe this is the time when he can start scoring a boundary. 3 balls left in this over. It's clutch time for the Big Show. Can the Big Show clutch it? 15 needed from 9 balls. One more big hit almost seals it for the Washington Freedom, I guess. Here's Bolt bowling to Maxwell. Full toss, Maxwell hits it in the air. Oh, and a good effort at long on, but not able to get hold of the catch. And Maxwell will complete a couple of runs. And he will keep the strike. Still 2 balls left in this over. $11 runs from this over so far. That was a good effort down there at long on, but unfortunately couldn't get hold of the catch. But nevertheless, a couple of runs and Maxwell is on strike. 2 balls left in this over now. They need a 6. They need another 6 here, Washington Freedom. Here we go, Maxwell on strike. Swing and a miss once again. Another dot ball here, Glenn Maxwell. He is still not able to connect. Another dot ball. Still 1 ball left in this over. Maxwell is still struggling. So last ball of the over now. Glenn Maxwell on strike. And Glenn Maxwell comes down the pitch, hits it down the ground. He will pick up a single and he will keep the strike. So Trent Boult has finished his spell. 12 runs came from that penultimate over. And Washington Freedom are now 169 for 4 after 19 overs. And they need 12 runs to win from the last 6 balls. So 12 to win from the last 6 balls. It's gone down to the wire here. Who is going to clutch this? Rushil Lugarkar, it seems, is going to be bowling the last over. Glenn Maxwell is on strike. Maxwell hasn't scored a boundary yet. And he is struggling actually. So here's Rushil Lugarkar, last over now. First ball of the last over. Maxwell swings leg side. Has he got enough on it? The fielder just short of the fielder. And they do take the single. And gives the strike to Glenn Phillips. So 11 needed from 5 now. Glenn Phillips can surely hit 1-6, can't he? With a good slow ball from Rushil Lugarkar actually. Maxwell hasn't got any timing all day actually. So 11 needed from 5. Glenn Phillips on strike. Slower ball again pulled away by Glenn Phillips towards deep mid wicket. Just a single. Gives the strike to Glenn Maxwell. Oh my goodness. 10 needed from 4 balls now. Glenn Maxwell can surely hit 1-6, can't he? He's on 15 from 14 deliveries. Four balls left. 10 runs needed. So Maxwell on strike now. Oh, swing and a miss here. Another dot ball here. What is happening? What a delivery that is from Rushil Lugarkar. Important dot ball at this stage. Glenn Maxwell hasn't had any timing at all. Oh dear. 3 balls left, 10 runs needed. This is pressure time here for Washington Freedom. They need to clear the boundary now. Rushil Lugarkar taking his time. Maxwell is ready to clear the boundary. And he comes down the pitch and has he connected it all the way? No, he hasn't. Straight into the hands of deep mid wicket. And the catch is taken. And it looks like MI New York are in the advantage now. Maxwell came down the pitch looking to hit it all the way. Has hit it straight into the hands of deep mid-wicket. And I'm afraid Washington Freedom are coming apart here in this run chase. They were looking so good at one stage, but they are coming apart. And Mumbai Indians, my goodness. It was a slow ball from Rushil Ugarkar. Maxwell had to do something. No timing at all for him. Straight into the hands of deep mid-wicket. And I'm afraid it's coming to the end now. 10 needed from 2 balls. It's very, very tough now. Glenn Maxwell departs. A very poor innings in a final. 15 from 16 balls. Unfortunately, couldn't score a boundary. He is out for 15. And Washington Freedom are now 171 for 5 after 19.4 overs. So 10 runs needed from 2 balls. Obvious Pioneer is the new batter to the crease. They need a boundary here, otherwise it's gone. MI New York are having the advantage now. Rushil Ugarkar bowling well under pressure. Obvious Pioneer is the new batter. And swing and a miss again, another dot ball, and I think that is it for the Washington Freedom. Now it's just about staying behind the line and not overstepping. And looks like MI New York are going to win another trophy here. The defending champions Washington Freedom have been denied. Ricky Ponting is not happy, he is stunned in the dugout. Another slow ball from Rushil Ugarkar. Obvious Pioneer went for the big shot. Not able to connect it. And my goodness, what a comeback this has been from MI New York. At one stage it looked as though Washington Freedom can get over the line. Last ball of the match. And he hits it in the air. Has he got enough on it? It's going one bounce for 4, but they don't care one bit. Because it's the MI New York who are the champions of the Major League Cricket 2025 for the second time in their history. And they have beaten the Washington Freedom here. Unbelievable scenes here at Dallas. Unbelievable scenes here at the Dallas. Second MLC trophy for MI New York, and this franchise just keeps getting better and better. They had only 3 wins in the group stage out of their 10 matches. Came through to the playoffs, played the eliminator, came through the eliminator route, made the finals, and now in the finals they have defended a target of 181 against the tournament favourites Washington Freedom. At one stage it looked as though Washington Freedom were right in control of this match, but then a complete twist in the tail. At one stage Washington Freedom were 112 for 3 after 12 overs. They needed only 69 runs to win from the last 8 overs. From there, for MI New York to defend this clearly shows their character, and they still continue their unbeaten run in finals since 2010. Because 2010 was the last time when an MI franchise lost a franchise. 2010 was the last time when the MI franchise lost a final. After that, every final that the MI franchise has been a part of, they have been victorious. And that itself shows how strong, how powerful this team has been in every T20 competition, not just the IPL, even outside of the IPL. In this Major League Cricket, in WPL, in so many tournaments, Mumbai Indians have always been that team which has been pushing and winning these trophies They won their second trophy here at Dallas, beating the Washington Freedom. Commiserations to Washington Freedom actually. They were looking really good in the run chase. They should have continued that momentum. They went into a shell. Maxwell couldn't score a boundary in his innings. He also went into a shell. And eventually it is the MI New York who are the champions of Cognizant MLC 2025. MI New York have won here, beating the Washington Freedom by just 5 runs and winning their second MLC trophy. So we'll be back again for further cricketing matches. So until then, take care guys, cheers and have a good day.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.